All right. Peace and blessings. Love and light. All right. Love and light. Peace and blessings. Black power. Salute to all the guys and goddesses, the kings and the queens that's in the building. All right. Now, today, I wanted to do a quick little vlog, a report on my experience yesterday at my father's funeral, aka celebration. All right, his celebratory event of his life, of his legacy, and what he meant to everyone. I show you to the mother goddess in the building. Love and light, kisses. Was just talking about the event and how everything went yesterday. Like I said, you know, I think it went well for the most part. Like there were people with good intention, with genuine intention. And there were people with malicious intentions. And so they were both in the building. That's my opinion on the situation. But anyway, I'm the oldest son. And so most people who know my father know that it was always a little boy with a rat tail and a flat top that was with him at the barbershop from Garner. You feel me? When he what's my man from out there? I forgot his name, man. It's been so long, man. But it might pop up. But anyway, yeah, he was at the barbershop in Garner. Of course, everybody know Bloodwell Street with Grip. You feel me? Tarbell Road. He was over there off I think it was like South Street by HP, Herges Park. I was over there with him. You know what I'm saying? Practicing on the skates, trying to learn how to skate with my dad's skate, big ass size 12 skates. I'm a little kid trying to learn how to skate with my dad's skates. But yeah, it was always, you know what I'm saying, a little kid with him, wherever he went. So if you know Lacey and you don't remember that little kid, there's no way you can really know Lacey, man. There's no way. Now we came in the building to celebrate my father and his legacy with pure intentions. You know what I'm saying? We're from his original union. Of course, he has two unions with a second woman, a second wife. And of course, you guys seen my mother's video, and she had her, her feelings and her response is her response. How she feels about it. That's her. That's up to her. That's her right to feel how she feels. But as far as how I feel at the funeral, even though I felt somewhat disrespected by them not acknowledging our names, because my dad named all of us after him. It's three brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest son, so it was my father, then me, and then my brother up under me, and then my youngest brother. So all of us got the first name Lacey after my father, who recently just passed away. All right? And so we speak to his legacy. I say to a brilliant, blessed mess in the building, sincere condolences to you, King. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. All the love that y'all giving me, all the support, I really do appreciate it. It is most definitely taken into consideration. It makes a big difference. Prayers up to you and your family. Thanks a lot. Blessings. Blessings, Queen Ashi. And so, yeah, like I said, how my mother feels about it, that's her own opinion. You feel me? And so the way I feel about it is the second wife, that was my father's choice. You feel me? That was the decision that he felt that he needed to make or whatever for himself or for, the direction in life he wanted to go. So I give him that right to do that. But me and my siblings did feel like, abandoned. You know what I'm saying? Because we was used to him being around. So I know his brothers and sisters who didn't have a mother, didn't have a father, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they was in a group home, different situations. But this man right here, I grew up with this man. This man taught me how to ride a bike. You feel me? He taught me how to cut hair. A lot of the times when I come on, if you see my edge up and it's looking dope, it's looking fire, a lot of the times I do it. You feel me? I seen my father cut hair so many times, I just started recognizing what he was doing. But he taught me a lot of things. Like, that's why I'm a teacher today. Don't nobody force me to teach, family. You feel me? I do this on my own terms, because that's just what I be on. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. An intelligent conversation, a progressive conversation, and my pops was all about that. He was a man of great wisdom. He had bookshelves of books back in the day. I remember him praying and meditating for hours, man, 2 hours through, you know what I'm saying, crazy amount of time. A very dedicated man. And so, just salute to my father, man, and his legacy, and his spirit lives on through me and my brothers and my sister and my other siblings as well. Okay. But like I said yesterday, even though they didn't acknowledge our names because of religion, because of politics, and some of the things that they do in the religious world, family, we're supposed to be celebrating this man and his legacy, and they're leaving his children out of the fact. You feel me? Intentionally not acknowledging our names. Like, the man, he named all of us on purpose. So for them to do that, it's just like, it doesn't make me look at religion any better. You feel me? Religion is supposed to be a mechanism for spiritual advancement, to progress, in a certain area. And so in church and religion, man, I see a lot of politics. And I know my father know that we all loved him, but I don't think he would have appreciated that. You feel me? It's people who looked at me right in my face, who knew me since I was little, and was teaching and preaching, the support of my father's second wife and her 2 children, and they didn't even really mention us like that until my brother volunteered to speak on my father's behalf. And I, from sitting down, I was like, I don't think they want us to get up and say anything. Like, they're not acknowledging our existence. You feel me? And so my younger brother got up and spoke, how he felt about it. And I'm proud of him. You feel me? Because the dad would have most definitely been proud of that. And, he was just speaking his heart. Like, I love my dad. I've always had a relationship with my dad, when he was in the home and when he left the home. You feel me? And so there was one young lady that came on my tread. I don't know what her name is, but she was saying something about Cheryl's 2 kids on YouTube not having a relationship with the father. I just seen my dad 2 weeks ago. All right? So that's not true at all. I used to pull up on my dad at the barbershop, because he's a barber. And we have conversation about religion, about the world, politics and stuff like that. And talk about herbs and sea moss and cleansing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And just catching up on life. You feel me? That was my decision. So like I said, me and my pops had good memories. We had bad memories. I acknowledge that, you know what I'm saying? But even though there were bad memories, man, that don't mean I don't love my pops, man. I love my pops for life. Forever, yo. Cause that's just my spirit, that's my soul, you feel me? I feel like he dealt with some issues when he was young, like some mental issues from whatever he experienced in his childhood, you feel me? People try to cope and maneuver the best way they can with their mental, state and emotional state, whatever, people got different vibrations. But yeah, there's been times that I ran away, you feel me? My younger brother ran away one time, but he ain't leave as long as I did. The one that spoke. But like I said, it's been good times when we went to the beach together. We went to Jordan Lake as a family and had a cookout, you know what I'm saying? And played ball. Me, my father, all my uncles, some of my cousins. And shit was lit, man. I really, appreciate and really value those memories. You know what I'm saying? I never forget it, man. And so now with the loss of my father, the only thing I can think of is reaching for my children. You know what I'm saying? To establish that legacy between me and them. Even though I was there in the beginning, like majority of their life, and then some stuff happened similar to what my mother and my father had going on. And by the way, it happened around the same time. Like in my chronological timeline. Like my mother and my father separated when my father was 35. I believe I was like 15 or 16. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when I went through my midlife crisis, if that's what you want to call it, because I went through some severe depression. Like, I was mentally ill for a while too, especially with the loss of my family, my kids not being around, my children not being around, not being able to protect them, knowing that it's children, you know what I'm saying, that's not protected. Knowing that it's children that need guidance and need somebody to not just buy them a game or a tablet so they can shut up and sit down somewhere, but to spend time with them and love on them and teach them. You feel me? I want my children to be teachers, man, and to inherit that spirit, that genetic legacy. Like my pops, and my mother. My mother was a teacher as well. Yeah, thank you for the love, everybody. Everybody that's in the house, I'm seeing people come in the building. Eat with Philly Phil, Ashe, Queen, Love and Light. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to talk about the politics of religion, how they pretty much did that to make things seem a certain way. Like in politics, when you have the president come on, do a speech, put on a suit, got his little briefcase, got his little paperwork, you know what I'm saying? It's to come off and make it look a certain way. Everybody knows the truth. My father got married at that church. I have memories from being a little kid and standing up there where everybody getting attention of my parents, and I was mad because I wanted some cake. I seen a big cake, and it was the best cake I ever seen. And my focus was on that. And I remember standing up there, watching my parents go through that ceremony. I remember being there, you know what I'm saying? I was like 3. And so to have my father's, his celebration not be true to his real life and his real experiences and his real legacy, I didn't like that part. But I appreciate all the Jones family who came out to show the love and support. You know what I'm saying? I really do appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I hope that we can spend more time together soon. You feel me? Because when we come together, I told my mama that it's like my father's still alive. You know what I'm saying? When you lose somebody and then you see the people from the past, it just makes it seem like the person is still around. You feel me? And so I'm just glad to see everybody doing well, and just value your time. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the legacy that you're leaving behind. You feel me? And just take care of yourself. Self-love, self-care, and care for others as well. You feel me? And so that's what I'm on, family. Like I said, I have no hostility against the lady Sandra, my dad's second wife. But I do not like that she did not communicate with me and Joe, my youngest brother, because we reached out to her to talk to her, to communicate, and she left. There was one text that she had left, but it was kind of like a text to where like this is gonna be my last response. I could go to it and pull it up, but yeah, that was the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So when I tried to contact her and send another message, she never contacted me back. Because I'm trying to get more information about what's going on with my father, but there was no true transparency. But the spirit in me and the spirit in my younger brother, we show her love, we show her gratitude, and there was no hostile energy with Lacey's sons. It was nothing but gratitude, there was nothing but love, and there was nothing but honor. You know what I'm saying? And so if y'all really love Lacey, then y'all need to do right by Lacey. And that's my opinion on the fact, on the matter. Yeah, thanks a lot, cousin. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. But yeah, I just wanted to state that, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal with me against that lady, family. It's just, I feel like my pops, he made his decision as far as like, his what he wanted to be in life, you know what I'm saying, and what he, his time, you know what I'm saying, and what he invested time into the lady, and a new situation, because he thought that's what was best for him. So with him being a grown man and him making his own decision, I respect that. But when he left, when he came over here 2 or 3 weeks ago, I told him that did affect us, though, Pops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to private school for basketball. You know what I'm saying? We always was big basketball heads, you know what I'm saying? And so that was big for both of us. But he was going through something, so it made it so I was going through even more. It was hard for me to focus in school, and sometimes it was hard to get a ride. Granddad George would give me a ride, but sometimes, stuff was going on with his car, you feel me? So it was different situations as to, why it was a little bit rougher during that time. Am I 43? Nah, I'm not 43. I'm 36. Yep, be 37 in October. But yeah, so yeah, that was my father's decision to do his own thing. But I mean, I try not to let too much time go by without hitting up my pops, man. Like I said, no more than about 30 days a month, I'm gonna be done hit him up, just check up on him, man. I didn't know he was gonna go that soon like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like my brother was saying, like he was snatched from us. I didn't know he was gonna go that soon like that, but I appreciate all the love and all the time that he spent with me, man. He just literally came over here. He was just over here with me, chopping it up, just me and him, talking about the family and getting caught up, you know what I'm saying, about everybody. Told him everybody good for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he asked about what everybody had going on, everybody straight, you know what I'm saying? We got a little stuff we got going on, but it's, sometimes Pop just like to get caught up on stuff, you feel me? But he was working on his credit. His credit was like 750, you know what I'm saying? He was showing me how he got his credit up, and he was telling me about, how he always had a dream in life, and how he was anointed to be a pastor, you know what I'm saying, at Deliverance, where they had his funeral the other day. Bishop Nesbitt, she's the head over Deliverance, and when he first came, she was the person who gave him that vision. And when he was like 18 or 20, between 18 and 20, he was what they call it, I forgot the name. It's a name that they call it though. Ordained. Yeah, he was ordained as a minister by Bishop Nesbitt. And like I said, I got mad memories, man, of being there, going there when I was little, man. It's crazy. I went to camp, summer camp there. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of history there. Like I said, some people showed some love, some people didn't show as much, but it's all good. We know who is who, you feel me? But I don't know, I just love my dad. I know I'ma always miss him, man, and I got mad memories of just me and him, man, playing ball, getting my first haircut. I remember that, getting my first haircut, going to Old Stage Road. He got me a little rat tail. Me and my brother used to wear rat tails in the 90s. For my pops, you know what I'm saying? He had the old school square from the 80s, so he like to keep, you know what I'm saying, that type vibe going on. But it was fresh though. If you go and look at the pictures, you see the little box, you know what I'm saying? You see the line up, edge up. All that was on point, always. Like I said, he was a barber, man, so my parents believe in presentation, being fresh, and at the funeral, everybody was fresh. My mama, not my mama, but my sister, me, my brother, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was fresh, yo. You know what I'm saying? Red carpet style. And so anyway, we came up, valuing stuff like that, presentation, community activism. Like I said, we had Bible studies where we would let the people come in and have food for the people. You know what I'm saying? Long as they participate in the Bible study. That was in Walnut Terrace. That's one of the places where we used to have it at. It was on Wednesdays. Let the people come right off the street, you know what I'm saying? Have food for the people, and they can learn and participate in the study. So, I came up all around that, man. Yep, my mom cut our rat tails off. I'm telling everybody, mama cut it off. That's what I told my daddy. He was mad. I ain't even want to tell him because I ain't even want to know what his reaction was going to be about that. He was looking at us like Samson, the story of Samson out the Bible. Like, this rat tail is sacred. You ain't never supposed to cut it. But my mama, she gave us the opportunity to get rid of it. She asked us this, did we want it? And then she cut it. She cut it in 1999. I think I was like 11 or 12. And Daddy came home, it was off. And she put it in the Bible. She had me and Daddy rat tails in the Bible. Yeah, so it was all good as long as she took the responsibility. I used to cut it sometimes, but I was too scared to cut it all the way off. I was just trimming it like over the time, like, man, I want to cut this off. But my pops, man, you know what I'm saying, he liked to do stuff his way too, man. He was a Taj, and so, you know, sometimes they can be a little bullheaded, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real. My pops, he loved to eat good, you know what I'm saying? He's a spiritual man. He liked the outreach with people, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, that's the stuff he be on, man. But yeah, he was a little bullheaded too. I remember playing ball, like, me and him were playing one time, and I noticed, like, sometimes, like, when you go play with a group of people that you might not know, you just want to play ball or whatnot. And if they don't know you can play, they might not be passing you the ball like that, you know what I'm saying? But he told me, if you in the game and they don't pass you the ball, you get the ball and you shoot the ball yourself. And so there's games that I won, there's some games that I lost. But you know what I'm saying? My earlier years, I used to be at Roberts Park, Little League, the little RPD City League, AAU. Like I said, I did a Jim Baker camp, you know what I'm saying? Chucky Brown came to my camp, you feel me? And so me and my dad, we had that bond in basketball, man. And so those are some of my greatest memories, just, you know, me and him chopping it up, playing ball. Because that's something we both had in common. I hated fishing, and one of his main passions was fishing. Now, like they did keep it real when they were talking about him having 10, 12 rides at one time. You know, he's an extremist, and I'm a pretty chill, calm dude, but it's some aspects of me that are very extreme. And so it reminds me of my pops, too. I would do something like that. Like, who is there a rule on how many rides it can be? I mean, as long as the fish is getting on the hook, that's the whole purpose. But yeah, you know, little stuff like that be funny, man. But I got tired of fishing, man, because he was having me out fishing too late, man. I had to go to school one time. We was out too late, man. I was like, man, no, I don't want to do this no more. But it's been times when we went to the coast. I got seasick. One time at Atlantic Beach, I believe it was Morehead City. I believe my Uncle Trick was out there. And he won some money for catching the biggest fish on the boat. Like, we went out like deep sea fishing. Like, want nothing but like dolphins and sharks, whales, swordfish, all type of crazy shit out there. But anyway, I got seasick. I remember that. Went out there with Pops because he loved that fishing, man. And so I did a lot of that with him, you know what I'm saying, stuff he enjoyed. And I was just thinking about that too, on his birthday, you know what I'm saying, but I did hit him up, tell him I love him, and happy birthday, you know what I'm saying, that I was thinking about him. But I know he liked to fish, you know what I'm saying, but I always miss him, man. But like I said, the only thing to do now is to reach back for my kids, man, because that's his legacy. So I wanted to talk to y'all about like procreation. Like people don't look at like sex is a mechanism of creation, procreation, right? And some people misuse it, but the whole process is to procreate, all right? And so it's really something that's natural, and it's really something that's a divine act, in my opinion, because me and Pops, we talked about religion and reincarnation versus, you know, just the regular heaven or hell concept. And I told him that I believe in nature, you know, from observation, everything recycle, man. And so based on nature having that, you know, that characteristic of recycling and renewing stuff, you know, what makes you believe that the body will not be renewed, or that the spirit or the soul will not be renewed? You feel me? And so I told him I feel that the concept of Buddhism and Taoism and then Hinduism, those are all spiritual belief systems that deal with reincarnation. And I told him that death is the gateway to new life. There is no ending. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I make a beat, when you loop the beginning and the ending, the beat, it plays infinitely. When you loop the beginning and the ending, like it says in the Bible, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end is looped. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Okay? And so my little cousin asked me about the 360 degrees the other day. She was like, 360 degrees, cousin, what's going on? Because she know I say that a lot. And I was like, yeah, the 360, it represents the cyclical nature of the world and of life. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it pretty much represents motion. And if you get into, you know, like a little bit of metaphysics, and you understand, you know, like physics, metaphysics, everything is vibration. You know, there's atoms, there's molecules that's making up for mass. If it's a solid, liquid, or gas, it's all atoms and molecules. But everything is vibrating. Trees, they may look still, but they're moving, right? Our eyes can only capture 380 to 320 nanometers, which is the visible light range in the electromagnetic spectrum. And so the same way we can use a black light and see chemicals on a wall or on a countertop, and you, with your natural eye, you don't see that. But when you take that black light, it's a different spectrum of light, and it's revealing information that you would not pick up with your natural eye. And so light is it's funny, like how it works. Like it's like encoded information. And so anyway, yeah, we talked about that, you know what I'm saying, the cyclical nature, you know what I'm saying, in the 360 degrees. So I don't know, I'm just trying to help people to understand that, like, nature is something that's very ancient. Nature is what sustains us. So to have a sun god, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, that's not far-fetched, because it's, if you know the science about it, like, it's the heartbeat of this whole system. The sun is, like, that's where all the energy is generated. And we use that energy, you know, thermodynamically to convert light energy into chemical energy to nurture our bodies. You know what I'm saying? The plants, humans, animals, all of us, we all need this energy, you know, and so it's not far-fetched for ancient societies like the Egyptians, you feel me, to deify such a thing that's natural. You feel me? And so me and Pops talked about that too. You feel me? Like I said, he was big on Jesus. And he said that, you know, when he came into his ministry and when he was notified of his assignment as being an anointed person, that God told him that his first son would also be anointed. And I told him about my visions, my dreams, deja vus, times where people have like done karmic things to me, and I've seen what I didn't wish anything on them. I told them I don't do dark magic or, you know, or like dark voodoo or none of that. You feel me? All of my stuff is protective energies over me, over my family. You feel me? And so, but I told them I seen karmic things happen to people whenever they had negative intentions towards me. And so I told him I don't go to God and ask God for that. I don't ask him to give me visions, dreams, deja vus of where I've seen things before they even happen. And so this happens a lot, family. I really should start recording it, documenting it. But it's spooky, family. Like, it's nothing I can really control. But I don't go to God and ask God to give me. It just happens. And so I was just letting them know, man, if you ask God to anoint me, I think it worked. I think it worked, man. But anyway, just dedicated, man, to my teaching, to uplifting my people through education, because that's what I'm good at. I'm good at I'm a great thinker. I'm a deep thinker. And I challenge people to learn, you know what I'm saying? Learn about your roots, your culture, you know what I'm saying? Before we get too spiritual, learn about basic history so you can understand that it was illegal for blacks to read about 150 years ago, all right? It's called, what is it called? The anti-literacy laws, all right? Where Negroes could not read legally. It was illegal for a Negro to be found, to be caught reading, except if the Negro was a pastor. Okay, so the first Negroes who learned how to read were pastors. And they used pastors back in the day during slavery to, because they have the slave Negro Bible. There's a Bible called the Slave Bible, all right? Where they pretty much, they cut some stuff out of the pre-existing Bible and they narrowed it down to verses in the Bible that talks about obedience. And so you would have a few slaves that could read, that were literate, that had seemed like they had a little bit more intelligence than the other ones because they knew the system of reading, but their whole job was to calm the other slaves down. Humbleness, meekness, passiveness. And that was the whole job of the pastor back then in the slavery times. And that was the only person that was allowed to read. Y'all, if y'all never seen it, go watch the Birth of a Nation. It's the story of Nat Turner and the slave rebellion. All right? I see. Salute. Miss Roslyn, salute. Hope you continue to honor your dad. Yes, ma'am. I most definitely will do that. It's like I said, it's being rough. I forgot to tell y'all in the sermon, I daggone had a panic attack. So I know I'm here standing before y'all normal and natural. But when I had to observe my dad laying there in the casket, you know what I'm saying, and had to come to the reality that I could never see him or never talk to him again, that shit deeply disturbed me. Now, like I said, I know it's been good things and I know it's been bad things about my father. But at the end of the day, even though there were bad things, when it come to me, I guess empathizing or caring for my father, man, it's natural. Like, I just love you, Pops. Like, no matter what, man. No matter what happened. Like I said, it was good, it was bad. But at the end of the day, man, I miss you, man. I miss all the times that we had and all the conversations, you feel me? And that spirit of teaching and learning is still burning within me. And so I'm gonna make you proud, you feel me? I'm gonna keep studying, I'm gonna keep teaching, and I'm gonna keep allowing the spirit to lead me and guide me in the universe to make an impact, to make my impression on the planet, while I'm still around. And so I just plan to make you proud, man. I salute you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? For life. And so my dedication is to, like I said, my culture, black culture, and education and spirituality. You feel me? There's plenty of jobs in the world where people got to go out here and get money, make money. We all got to get money. We all got to make money. But I'm one of the people that don't feel satisfied if I'm not making a meaningful and a purposeful, difference. Like, that's what do it for me. People, there's different things that do it for different people. But for me, I got to do something that's making a difference, something that's needed, something that's not just another person doing the same thing. You feel me? So love and light to everybody. I see Queen. Oh yeah, we'll do. Hold on one second. I don't know if I could do it while we still on. Let me see if I can pull it up. 1 second, family. One second. See, normally when I be on, what is it? The streaming app. What's the streaming app? StreamYard. it'd be a little bit easier to navigate some of this stuff. But yeah, family. Yeah, just so you know, okay, family, yeah. Yeah, it's and so I go by the name of Omni. All right. Omni is Latin for all. All right. And so the name of my brand is Omnis Natura 360 LLC, and that's spelled all caps OMNISNATURA 360 LLC. All right. Omnis Natura. Natura is Latin for nature. So it means all nature or all natural. Omnis Natura 360 LLC. All right. And we normally do herbs and like sea moss, hibiscus tea, stuff like that. You feel me? For cleansing. You know, I still believe in that. You know, nature is life, man. Nature is life, and life is purity, and there is a such thing as impurity, and through, like I said, through building, through chopping it up, you know what I'm saying, through engaging, through education, you know, we can learn about some key things that the 1%ers not telling us, family. You know, we deserve a chance to know and to make our own choices as well. You know what I'm saying? We grown, family. We don't need another grown person making choices and decisions for us. That's the thing, you know what I'm saying, with religion. Like, you know, with the Christian Crusades and the Roman Catholic Church, when they was coming upon the indigenous people and forcing them to convert their traditions and their values, you feel me? And I'm talking about by military force. You coming up here thinking you Christian. Imagine somebody coming along in another religion, you up here Christian. That's all you know. That's all you ever been exposed to. And it's been around for a long time, right? Your grandmama, your great-grandmama, your mama, you pass it down to your children. And then somebody come along with military force and tell you that either you convert your identity, you convert your religion, or you die right now today. What you gonna say, family? That's called the Christian Crusades. Benny Hinn used to have crusades, right? But then when you get into the history and you find out what a crusade really is, it was violent. Yeah. So the Indians and the Achuans, you know what I'm saying? Because they also had Afro Indians, you know, different native people. You know what I'm saying? There's different, like Native Alaskans, you feel me? There's different Native people from all around the world that are black people. And yeah, that stuff was happening. They was taking their religion, taking their traditions for 1,000 years, for 1,500, 2,000 years. And then somebody come along with the military and tell you, get down and lay down. That's you know, that's a part of religion, family. I'm just telling y'all, just so you know. Don't mean that God ain't real. It just means that the version, the books that we're using to translate who God is, what God is, it's not a complete, true reflection of that. Because there's manipulation, colonialism. You know what I'm saying? There's a man, the 1%ers that control your food, the FDA, the CDC, your water, you feel me? You can't hardly do anything without man-made influence. There's always someone manipulating, you know, what would naturally be. And so anyway, we need to understand that religion reads like to redo, to renew, all right? It's not original spirituality, all right? Spirituality does exist. Like I told my mother, I told my brother, I think spirituality began when people first came and they had a human experience, and then they seen somebody pass away, and then they seen that they had no energy, they seen that they had no life, they seen that they had no motion, they had no animation to themselves, and they asked the question, what's wrong with them, you know? They're not moving, they're not living, they're not breathing, they're not doing anything. And then they went into investigation as to what life is, what it was. You know what I'm saying? The soul, the spirit. There must be something else going on that we're not seeing, because here's the individual that we being seeing, but they're not doing anything. Why? Why is that happening? And that's you know, like basic 1, 2, 3 as a human being, to ask simple questions. You know what I'm saying? That's what creates spirituality and different systems of enlightenment. You know, being a human being and having a human experience. And even for the things that we can't see, we can still get insight on it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you can't see it, it's like we see the body and you don't understand that there's a human aurora or electromagnetic biosphere or something that's inside of the human flesh that you're not seeing, but there's a heat signature that's protruding from my body, from the center of my chest, coming out of my head. It's called the electromagnetic biosphere, or the human aurora. I call it, the scientists, they call it the living force, but I call it that too. And somebody hit me right now, but I'm gonna have to hit them right back, because we in the middle of the line. But love and light to everybody that's in the building. I shake, salute. We in here, family. But yeah, there Egyptian Bible or none for me. Ethiopian Bible. Ryan Gilly. Ethiopian Bible. Yeah, Ethiopian Bible would most likely be more closer to the original. All right. Now we know the Greeks, they use papyrus. All right. But also the Egyptians, or I call them the Cometics, because the Greeks, they actually use the name Egypt and Egyptians, which was a Greek reference to the Cometians. All right. And so the people of Egypt did not refer to themselves as Egyptians. All right. Kemet means black. All right. The land of black and fertile soil. We know when the soil is darker that the soil has more nutrients and more minerals, and it's more, it has more value, more nutritional value. Okay. And so the name traces back to an origin, to a people, to a place. All right. And so I know they got movies showing Egyptians as different races, but the Egyptians are Nubians, all right, what you would consider to be a black person, all right? And so, like I said, we got Africans, we got African Americans, right? We got Afro-Latinos, the same way you got a white Hispanic and you have a black Hispanic, both from Dominican Republic, but one of them is black and the other one is white. That's called an Afro-Latino. This person is of African descent, even though they're speaking Spanish, they're living in Dominican Republic, nice beach, you know what I'm saying? Nice girls, nice women, nice all of that, you feel me? Anyway, it comes down to the genetics family. And so anyway, you got Afro-Asians, you got Afro-Indians, all right? These are people that are all African descent, that are around different regions of land, okay, on the planet, but all can be traced back to an origin, the same origin. And so, like I said, I feel that politics, colonialism, and racism has a lot to do with tracing the chronology of like religion. And I would love to have a conversation with any of the local leaders about religion and how it affects the black community. And I feel that it's a mechanism of anti-knowledge. So when you're dealing with a belief system, that's only a system that's based on belief, and it's not a system of knowledge, then you eradicate knowledge and you accept belief. And when you do that, family, you know what I'm saying? That's a form of ignorance. All right. So I feel that a lot of the religions that we're allowed to have, when you go into the hotel, you got the Bible. When you go into the jail, you got the Bible. You know what I'm saying? When you go into these certain institutions, these certain factions, it's not, these other religions around the world that are older than Christianity are not even promoted. And so I guess it's like going to a buffet and just trying one thing. There's so many different cultures, so many different languages, and it's been so much time throughout history for one individual to say my culture, my language, my way of doing it is the only way. It's human beings have been seeking enlightenment for a long time, and learning about spirituality for a long time. So it's a never-ending conquest. But I believe when you get into like the chronology and theology of the books and then knowing the areas of where the documents come from, you'll get more clarity. But that's going to take a little bit of homework, and I know everybody not on that. You know what I'm saying? So for the people who want to really do their homework and you really want to know about the authenticity of what God said and God's word, it can be found out, family. You just got to want to know it. But yeah, everybody that's in the building, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, family, all right? This is Brother Omni Amen Ashe, also known as Omni Omnis, all right? The beginning and the ending. I believe that I am a physical manifestation and reflection of the divinity of the Most High God, and that my genetics, my manifestation, the way that I appear before you on this screen is the intention and the will of the Creator, family, all right? And that my ability to see, my ability to hear, my ability to think and to perceive is unlimited, and that's for everyone. We got eyes to see, ears to hear, minds to think, all right? If you go outside and you're not hearing, that can affect, somebody that's around you, and an accident can happen. You're not paying attention, you're not seeing, Even though I know there's people that's blind, that affect their lives. But anyway, we have the capability of sight, of sound, to process information, all right? And so my point is, the Most High created a mechanism for us to process information naturally, all right? So you don't get confused about somebody playing the right keys on the keyboard. When they press the right tones, the universe made you mathematically to understand, to recognize vibrations. When you hear that tone, boom, 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 and it's all within a similar range, it's harmonic, it's heavenly, it's very pleasant. You know what I'm saying? They call it harmony because all of the tones are resonating within a similar frequency, and they're vibrating off each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's a correspondence. And, the universe made us, with superior intelligence, the ability of sight, to when you stargazing and you looking in the sky, you gazing in the heavens to see what's going on, and you looking for the signs and the wonders, you feel me? And you see stars twinkling and moving, even the smallest ones, you know what I'm saying? It's very hard to see. If you see just a little bit of motion, there's a star there. When I stargaze, like my sight is pretty good. But when I stargaze, that's my mechanism for detecting stars, like motion. If I see any motion, I know that there's a star right there. And so anyway, we're given these mechanisms of information and processing, as consciousness, sound and light vibrations, which I call the language of God, because atoms and molecules respond to light and sound waves. And so when you're talking about moving mountains and whatever you want to do that's a supernatural thing, or anything that's a grand thing, you need vibrations of sound and light. All right? That is the real language of God. Okay? Yes, ma'am. We are the creator, the manifestation of the life source energy. All right? Especially Nubians. Specifically, I'm talking to Nubians. We are the original flesh and bone, and ideologically we are the light of the sun. Call it nuclear fusion. That's the way the elements are created to form the atoms that makes our bodies. Every solid, every liquid, every gas, every mountain, every valley, every ocean front, all right, is created through these natural processes. The triple alpha process, in which the key element of carbon, which is the base element of everything that's natural, of everything that's organic, all right? The triple alpha process, okay? This is no bullshit. Do your research. The triple alpha process is the process in which helium fuses 3 times to create the element of carbon, which is the base key element of everything that's natural. All right, now you have European scientists that are focusing on silicon bonds. Okay, now silicon is not as prominent in nature as a base as carbon. Carbon is a natural base, and it's a part of the makeup of the biology of African people, of the solar cell, the melanocytes that are created through the tyrosine, all right, is the TRY gene, tyrosine. Go look it up. The TRY gene, tyrosine. Melanin is created through a thermochemical process, and you see people of African descent, not trying to be racist, but we have higher content of melanin. All right, we have higher contents of melanin, and not to be, like I said, obnoxious or to insult anyone else, all right? But there is a reason for chemistry. There's a reason for biology, all right? All right, now some people are talking hostile in the comments, all right? But it's okay, because that's not what I'm on. Now, that's what I said. It's the thing about religion. When it comes to education, there's a point in time and space where you have to separate emotions from learning. When you're learning, sometimes things that don't always feel the best, just like when you're working out, there's resistance, there's a burn, it doesn't feel the most pleasant, but when you're done, your body has adjusted, your muscles is more protein, your body your muscle mass is expanding. You feel me? Exactly. So some people got offended about me saying that African people. So you can look it up. I'm gonna go ahead and make the statement. So there's a guy named his name is what's the guy's name? The geneticist. It's going to come to me. It's been a little while since I talked about it, but it's all good. Hold on one second. But yeah, so I was talking to, so I got a homeboy, right? He's a white guy. We cool, you know what I'm saying? But I know that historically our people come from different origins, that we have different cultural continuity, you know what I'm saying? That historically, you know what I'm saying, like there's a difference between the values, the morals, and the traditions of our ancestors, okay? Now, we are all of the human faction, okay? But when it comes down to biochemistry, which is the biological chemistry of a living organism, the tissues, the organs, which compose a living body, okay? This is what the study of biology is about, okay? Now, it's called phenotype-genotype transcription. 1 + 1 is, genotype-phenotype transcription. I know Terrence Howard say 1 + 1 is not 2, all right? But we ain't talking about that. We know A + B + C, all right? And so anyway, my point is that even though we're all human beings, our immunological makeup, our response to foods, all right, to disease, all right, a lot of those things are based on genetics. And I know, like I said, we got different ancestry, we come from different origins and all of that, but it is true that African people have been here longer than any other people, all right? Even if you have any knowledge of the Outer Africa theory, all right? Some of the oldest humans can be traced back to Africa family. All right. And so my point I was trying to make is that religion, when the Europeans found out the spiritual systems of African peoples, they wanted to destroy it, they wanted to break it down, they wanted to get rid of it, all right, because it did not favor them. Like I said, the Cometians, not the Egyptians, the name that the Greeks gave them, they didn't even call themselves that. The Cometians, the land of black and fertile soil, Nubian people, when you go into the temples, you see illustrations and depictions of Nubians, all right? That's what you see. Okay, so like I said, in religion and education, it's crazy. You got to pay attention. It's a funny thing, but you don't want to get your feelings involved, and it prevents you from learning. If you disagree with somebody, tell them why you disagree. All right? I don't agree with that, mister. Here's the reason why. That's all you got to do, and I'll have a conversation with you about it. All right? But I'm telling you that the solar gene, which is a part of the African biological makeup, is it's pretty much a chemical adaptation to environment. All right, it allows us to process sunlight. You have villagers in Africa, in South America, okay, in different regions of the world where they don't wear a lot of clothes. They don't wear sunscreen. All right, they're in nature. They're naturally living in the wild. Like you got animals in the zoo, they're domesticated, right? And then you got the same species living in the wild. They need no human maintenance. Their life, their survival is based on God, on nature. There's no human maintenance involved. And so, so I just wanted to speak on that, you know what I'm saying? I got mad videos about biology, biochemistry, blood types, why black people are the original people, how we have solar genes and solar cells that allow us to process radiation from the sun and convert that radiation into chemical energy, protein, and all of those things. All right, this is not a game. If I go outside and me and my homeboy go outside, I love him. I got love for him, but it's the truth. We go outside, we stand next to each other all day with don't put nothing on. Go outside, pure and natural, and stand right there. I'm talking about 7 days. We outside for 12 hours. Who you think something gonna happen to first? Nothing is gonna happen. I've never experienced sun rash. I never experienced sunburn. I never experienced melanoma skin cancers. I've never done it. I played basketball. I was outside every day. I went to the beach, was outside for hours at a time, 6 hours, 12 hours. We going to parks. You know what I'm saying? We doing all of that. I've never had that experience. And so anyway, it's a solar gene called a melanocyte, which creates melanin cells. The melanin cells is a biochemical conductor of radiation and light. That's what it is. That's what plants do to process nutrients. All right? So I'm telling you that the biology of African people is more closer and more similar to plant life. All right? We rely directly on the energy source for energy. All right? All that meat and all of that, that's not for people of African descent. That's why rate of disease is so high in America. All right? My father, he dealt with some of this stuff because he liked to eat good. I like to eat good too. But I'm finding out that some of this stuff is not based on the DNA, the biology, and the blood type of African people. Okay? We're eating the food of colonists. This is the way they eat in their culture. This is the way they live in their culture. Our culture don't even exist. That's not fair. We're more than just gangsters and thugs and criminals, and we can run, jump, hop, skip, do all of that, sing and dance. We're smart. We're intelligent. What Terrence Howard is doing, the man is going to end up making it possible so we can go to Mars. Because the shit that the other scientists doing, it's not good enough. All right? It's not revolutionary. It's not adding on to the collective. It's not expanding consciousness. It's not doing anything. It's people getting mad because You're a professor. You have this PhD. You're a scientist. And yeah, that geneticist, his name is Dr. Emil Rich. Dr. David Emil Rich from the University of Harvard says that only people of African descent are 100% human, and that all other groups of humans that are non-African possess Neanderthal DNA. All right, and that was conducted by Dr. David Emil Reich from the University of Harvard, and I believe that study was conducted in 2020. All right, alongside him, he had Joshua Aki from the University of Washington. He also had Benjamin Vernon that was a part of that same genetic study, where they took a variation of different groups and different people and did this testing of the DNA and of the blood. Okay, so this is not just me saying that. I just recognize there's something different about black people. You know what I'm saying? We got these indigenous cultures that go back thousands of years. I thought that before slavery, we didn't have any culture. I thought we were savages. That's what they taught us in school. We didn't have any culture. We're dumb. We're savages. That's what I was taught. Now, like I said, I don't hate white people, but white people are not going to make me not acknowledge my ancestors or a love for my culture or a love for myself. Now, whatever achievements, white people got so many achievements, be proud of that. But I want to bring to the forefront the achievements and the contributions of African people. And it just so happens that people of African descent are the founders of education. All right? Our civilizations, our societies go back further than any other people. The Phoenicians, all right, who came up with the first world's literal writing system, the alphabetic writing system that Greeks were using, all right? They were Africans, all right? They were Africans, Phoenicians, all right? Don't get it confused. Yeah, I hate to, make it have a debate field, but I just want the truth to be out. There's been so much suppressed truth for African people for so long. It's like if y'all can go research King Mansa Musa from the Empire of Mali, 12th century AD, where he went around giving out gold because his country was so abundant in natural resources when it came to gold. And he disrupted the economy by giving away resources to other countries that had less. That's a real king. That's who I want to vote for. Not Donald Trump, not Joe Biden, not none of them, because they suckers, man. A real king go around and care and show care and show empathy for other nations that have less. Because it got to be balanced in the world. That's why I don't like colonialism. Because it's unfair. That's nothing balanced about making somebody work for you and pay them nothing. And then you take away their land, their resources, their oral traditions that's being passed down for years. Then you beat them and hang them, catch them on fire, do all of that. That's madman. That's uncivilized. It's all of that. Like I said, I don't got to hate white people, but I know the truth. I know the truth. Somebody said, I don't agree with everything you said, but I do wish you the best on your journey. I'm not even. Jewish white signs that just broke Terrence down. Nah, that was some goofy shit. I seen the Jewish scientists. So anyway, airwaves exist, right? Water waves exist, all right? Waves of plasma exist, all right? These are naturally occurring things that exist in nature. It reminds me, you Europeans, it reminds me of like Jesus versus the sun god. Jesus is a character, a mythological character, right? That was created by man. The sun All right? You can call it an idol, whatever, but it's a physical manifestation that's directly from the universe. No man can create a universe. No man can create a galaxy. All right? So these are things, it's different when you have things that are touched directly by God and things that are tainted by man. All right? Man has done so much impurity, like the plastic in the water, the parasites that they putting in the vaccines when black children are born, considering that we are the originals and we have the original blood types and we're RH negative. When they give us vaccinations, that's contaminating your bloodstream with worms, with microbial worms. Like lice that come, like white people get lice more often, it's more common. That's because of the parasites in their DNA in the blood. Like I said, A blood type, A antigen, B blood type, B antigen, AB blood type, you got A and B antigens. Those are microbial parasitic worms. And that's why white people have lice more than blacks. We don't have that biology, family. I'm trying to tell you. We're more electrical beings. That's why we like the sun more. And white people like the cold more. Parasites do better in the cold. All right, they begin to die. Parasites begin to deteriorate at a certain temperature. I think it's around like 85 degrees. That's why we cook to get rid of add heat. That's why you got a lot of black people, like I said, in the tropics and villages who live not even wearing clothes. You know what I'm saying? Heat gets rid of parasites. People of European descent and people of Asian descent, if they sit in the sun too long, they're not going to be able to get rid of the parasites because it's a part of your chemistry. It's a part of your biology. Sickle cell anemia, that's like the deterioration of a cell, the destruction of a cell. That's what parasites do. They're microbial decomposers. If they get into your body, they're going to tear down your tissue. They're going to eat away at your body, at your tissue, your organs. A sickle cell is a deteriorating cell that has been contaminated with parasite. That's what it is. That's why your cells are not normal. I showed my daughter, Mama, here's a normal. I didn't tell her. I said, look, Mama, what cell is normal and which one is not? She said, that's the good one right there, Daddy. That's the good one. And the one with the little crescent moon, that's deformative. It's deformative. It's losing form. It's losing shape. It's dying. Okay? My people get sick of cell. Yeah, that's a parasitic infection, family. And my people can get it too, but normally it's not through heredity. That's dealing with genetics when something is passed down through your gene. But you can also get disease or inherit disease, not inherit disease, but you can get disease through lifestyle. Biochemical induction. You took kombucha. You went and bought some kombucha. You thought you was cleansing your body. Then you look on the back and then you see that it has excess yeast in it. And yeast contains microbial parasites, family. It's in pizza. You feel me? It's in cheese. You feel me? So I'm just saying, there's a book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Y'all can go check that joint out. But you're supposed to eat based on your biology. Dr. Sebi, he says, one of my favorite teachers, he says, gene, food, consistency. Match the genes with the food. The chemical of the food must match the chemical of the gene, and you bring them together. And that's how you determine nutrition. There's no table, you know what I'm saying, to say generally this is good for everyone. We're not even considering chemistry. You can't give just any species any milk. You got human beings drinking cow milk. What other species do you see drinking another species' milk? That's insane. That's barbaric. Yeah, people will get emotional about learning. That's why the truth is not out. That's why the world is not educated. That's why I'm passionate about sharing the truth, spreading the word, getting it out. Because I already know, I see the missing link. I see the gap. I see the politics in education. Just like they did at my father's funeral. You know all of our names. It's my father's name. So you omit the fact that we're named after him to make an individual appear or appeal to be a certain way in front of others. That's called politics. They do that in history, they do that in science, and they do it in politics against African people. All right? When somebody discovers the truth about something, it's up to them to share it. They know it, they discovered it, they don't have to share that truth with you. They can also manipulate the truth because they were exposed to it before you. You haven't seen it. You didn't get a chance to observe it. They seen what was going to happen, what everyone would think. Then they took our names off. That's what they did when they blowed the noses off the great rulers. When they went to Egypt, Napoleon Bonaparte and his other racist comrades. When they went to Africa, they seen the great works. They seen the great culture. All right? And they were infuriated. And they blew the noses off of the deities. This was intentional, family. So I'm telling a lot of individuals that when you're dealing with religion and spirituality, that there is a racial inception. You can't get out of racism. It's a part of what happened to religion. That's what happened with religion. Okay? They took away the indigenous teachings, the indigenous spirituality systems. That's what they did, family. Thank you, love. Tanya H. Love and light, queen in the building. Kisses. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. I just want y'all to like, to share, to subscribe, and to get this message out to more people. You know what I'm saying? This bill was about my father, but I also intend to build, like, you know, information-wise with you guys, because, you know, what use is me up here just talking to get views, right? And there's nothing for anyone else to use or utilize, or, you know, so you can take this with yourself after we end this live. You can research, you can look up anything that I've said, you feel me? And you will see, family. Napoleon Bonaparte and his hoodlums, his criminals, they went over there and they vandalized African property. They stole the golden caps off of the pyramids. They tomb raided. That's what a tomb raider is. It's a thief that steals from dead people. Because they were so rich, they buried themselves in 1,500 pounds of gold. All right? They were so wealthy. That's why European nations are always in the Middle East, because they have more exports than other countries. The equator is right there at the equatorial region of the planet. All right? It's more heat. It's more suiting for that thermochemical conversion. And that type of heat doesn't exist in other regions of the planet. And so you have more resources usually around the equator. And so if you notice with war, with politics, it's always war in the Middle East. Everyone knows that. There is no Middle East. It's just Africa with 54 countries. 52 states in America, 54 countries in Africa. All right? Yep. And I got my moderators in the building, so y'all better act right now. They ain't having it now. But y'all know I ain't really too rah-rah like that. I'm really the peacemaker. But I refuse to dwell in ignorance. I refuse to dwell in ignorance. All right? Now, there's a reason why there's all this terrorism going around the planet. All this stealing, always killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? They want to extract the resources from those nations that are more abundant. And then they turn it into credit over here. We over here using credit Them people over there got the real, actual resources. Yeah, it's the reason for all this stuff, yo. Okay, somebody asked a question. Hold on right quick, y'all. I gotta call my peoples back too. They tried to hit me up. I'm gonna hit you up right after the live, family. I got you. I ain't gonna forget about you. Yeah, family. Y'all see me, man. Like I don't even be working out or nothing, family. It's just natural. Like my peoples be saying, even when I walk around, they be like, "Damn, big bro, you got damn, you get right, bro. I don't even work out, bro." It's cause when my daddy had me, he was young. I think he was about 20 years old. And my mama was about, I think she was about 16, 17, something like that. But yeah, man, yeah, he was in real good shape. So I don't even have no information from when he started eating real hard and being in the church and his belly got big. I ain't got none of that information. He had me when he was young. Yeah, thumbs up to the live. Show some love if you're in the building. Show some support. Mildred Wren. What about Neanderthal DNA? Is it still a high percent that is still here today? Yeah, so according to the RH study, there's a 15-85% ratio, all right, worldwide. I did a video on that too. It's on my channel. You go and check it out. There's an 85-15% ratio. So we know that mutation, right, is a recessive degenerative trait that happens in genetics, you know, the process of cells and chromosomes changing, you know, but not necessarily in a way that would be adaptive or beneficial. Like a human being not being able to process sunlight, right? Not to, you know, be negative towards anyone, but just this is a real thing. A human being not being able to process sunlight is a negative biological and immunological factor, all right? Because the sun is not going anywhere, but there are regions around the world that are hotter than others, you know what I'm saying? And the regions that are more hot, you find more dark, more brown, more black, more melanated people, all right? That's for a reason. And so, I was just saying about the 18-15% ratio. Mutation, like albinism, every species you see albinism occur, right? The silverback gorilla, like, you know, crocodile, you've seen it, you feel me? You've seen the albino tiger before, you feel me? It's all types of species that exist, family. But out of all of those species, every once in a while, small percentage, you know what I'm saying? About 5% of the species that's born, they'll come out with a mutation of albinism, right? Where biochemically, in the tissues, they lack pigmentation. So this is the solar factor that allows an organism to absorb sunlight, all right? And so, talking about mutation, I was just saying that organisms with mutation are not abundant, considering that mutation is rare, all right? So when they're talking about those percentages, keep in mind that the antigen, which is the A, the B, and the AB, are Rh positive. They represent Rh positive, but they're mutations. So they're mutations that represent Rh positive factor, which is an individual who is inherently connected to Neanderthal ancestry, all right? And so O stands for oldest and original, all right? And have no antigens. So there is an antigenic free blood group who biologically, biochemically, they do not possess microbial parasites unless they go and eat dairy, unless they go and eat, you know, some type of a substance that's being created by man that's very pathogenic. Pork, you know what I'm saying? Trenchinalia, you know, that's microbial parasite. That's how people get gout. You got a lot of people in Brazil getting fat ankles. You know what I'm saying? Their ankles getting fat. You feel me? That's cellular inflammation. That's the parasite like eating away at your cell, causing it to swell up. Like when you get punched, like you will swell up. If something hit you, your bone is swell, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like an attack on your body, like the ankle swelling up. That's the parasites doing that, causing that. Yeah. But yeah, I wish, let's see, get this shit right, man. I'm getting, yeah. Oh yeah, family. Yeah, if you feel like you putting on more than you wanna put on, then you know what would help is just, you know, it's a little bit more discipline. You know, normally that happens when you get too comfortable, you know what I'm saying? So you got to get back motivated, get inspired, and see in your mind the results that you want to have. I'm going to be this, I'm going to do that, this is how I envision myself, you know what I'm saying? Then you get up every morning, you know, you get on the treadmill, you walk around the neighborhood a few times. You get that going because you want to get that heart going. Your metabolism is not fast enough. So you want to speed up the heart. And while you're doing that, make sure you're giving the body, you know what I'm saying, like the nutrients. Make sure you drink a lot of water. You know what I'm saying? You can take a little bit of herbs if you deal with sea moss or hibiscus tea. You know what I'm saying? I sell that. You feel me? And they're detoxers. They're cleansers. You know what I'm saying? Coming straight from the earth, from Mother Nature. The plants sit out there in the sun and they absorb all the energy that you're going to ever need. And once you consume it, the energy is still within that plant. All right? And so, yeah, just get back motivated, get inspired, see yourself, envision yourself, how you want to be, and do it. You feel me? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you got to put that action to it. But yeah, just watch workout videos and stuff like that. Consume your mind with fitness. Consume yourself with fitness. That's all I see. That's all I think. This is very important to me. So that's what I do when I get on some type of time. Like, yeah, I'm passionate. But you can do it. You can do it. It's never too late. As long as you're still living, you can reverse any disease. You're a cocky guy, but as long as you're not denying signs and spreading misinformation, you're cool. Love and light, Miss Lena. She said, I'm a cocky guy. I believe in myself. You know what I'm saying? My father, who just passed away, who I dearly love, miss him and will love him for the rest of my life, for all eternity. You know, I just want to honor him. And he taught me a lot. And like I said, his energy, his spirit is within me. And he told me to always believe and always have a dream. And I was the guy back in the day in sports as a little kid, competing with with my peers. I was the guy who came to the game, rode my bike to the game, and I ended up dropping about 40, 50 points, you know what I'm saying? And then the parents, the coaches, they come up to me and they be like, how old is that kid? He too old. Let me see his birth certificate. And we go in the office, they look, man, the kid, he 12 years old, man. Say right there his name, you see his name? 12 years old. And so, because I was bigger, because I was faster, and I was very skilled, you know, I took my team to the championship. You know what I'm saying? I made that last shot. I was that guy. So I do believe in myself. I may come off as cocky, but I'm very subtle, very calm, laid back type of guy. But there's a belief in myself. You know what I'm saying? I've been the guy that in front of a whole gym of people, you know what I'm saying, would take the last shot. And I won many games. And so now my new focus is teaching. My new focus is learning about the universe and all of the spirituality my mama was talking about, my daddy was talking about, bringing me up into religion, showing all these traveling here, going to this church, going to that church, all that praying, it's all led up to understanding the universe. Physics, all right? The laws of and the behavior of atoms, you know what I'm saying? Biology, you know what I'm saying? The study of the body, and ecology, the study of the ecosystem. You feel me? So I fell in love with science and I realized that science was a part of our original culture, building a pyramid in a geometric shape and structure, right? That takes mathematics, that takes science. And those structures are lasting thousands of years. Like, we don't even have structures that last that long. It doesn't exist. We've never done it. And so until we do some of the things that the ancient people have done, I just can't subscribe to Western ideology or Western superiority. I don't believe it. I believe that the oldest people have learned the most, have been educated the longest, and they have the most game. You know what I'm saying? We got the most game for free. And so that makes more sense. Phoenicians came up with the first alphabetical writing systems that the Greeks used. Look up the Rosetta Stone. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not true. Miss Elena said we all have mutation. That's not true. Albinism is a mutation that happens in all species. All right? Stay with me. Albinism is a mutation that occurs in all species. Right? So, in different cultures, like how we have African people, have white people, right? We have Hispanic people, we have all different types of people. Indian, Arab, you feel me? Asian. But with black people, we have the greatest biodiversity. Seeing how we create black, brown, and albino, right? But albino is rare. But with these other races, every time they reproduce, that's automatic albinism. Like I said, every species, albinism occurs about 5% in every species. All right? And so it's a rare mutation. And so when you look at the other non-Afro racial groups, every time they reproduce, this albinism, I'm telling you, this is not, it's not natural. I believe it's an artificial mutation that someone has manipulated the human genome. There are scientists that are philosophers, scholars, scientists that talk about it. Eric von Daniken, who made the Chariots of the Gods, y'all can check him out, but he talks about the artificial mutation. And he said that the ancient deities, the Anunnaki of ancient Sumer, made this genetic manipulation 6,000 years ago. And I believe it makes a lot of sense because when you look at natural species, right, you have the colored ones, which are the most common, and then every once in a while you have a rare albino. It's hard for them to survive. It's hard for them to fit in. They struggle in survival, all right? And so anyway, not to be racial, not to down anyone, but we're just looking at genetics. What is the genetic difference between blacks and other races? And I'm telling you guys, it's the solar gene. That solar gene is a natural function and a natural structure that is a part of African biology. And it's made for, it's an adaptive mechanism, all right? That human beings are going to need to be around for a long time. Now, in the next, if you, there's a population census on my channel as well that talks about the birth rate of Europeans and the birth rate of Asians being low and the mortality rate of Europeans and Asians being high, but the birth rate of African Americans and Asians were on the rise, all right? And so the projection was that people of African descent, African Americans and Hispanics will outpopulate Asians and whites by year 2030. All right? And so with the global warming and the planet heating up and the heat waves expanding into the northern regions where more Europeans are, because they live in colder regions. When the environment change, when the climate change, and there's nowhere to go that's cold, I don't know I don't know what to tell you, but I'm just telling you that the future is likely looking to be black and brown. And I'm not telling any black and brown people to do anything to any Caucasian people, any other race. I'm just saying naturally, based on adaptation and environment and those type of mechanisms, that, black people will be around for a long time. And so somebody, I don't even know who that is, Chaotic. So they disagree. So if you disagree, Chaotic, come back into the tread and tell me what you disagree about. Have a civilized conversation, because I come from civilized people. All right? People who created the first alphabetic writing system. All right? Created calendar systems. The Kemetic calendar, or the Egyptian calendar. Some of the oldest scripts and texts ever written were by people of African descent. All right? We know that Pythagoras studied in Africa. We know that talking about he got the Pythagorean theory, and then he naming it based on himself, knowing that he learned it from someone else. All right, but anyway, you got the father of medicine, Hippocrates. He studied in Africa, so they giving all these Greeks. They're so great. They studied in Africa, all right, by people who were already civilized and people who were already had a higher advanced level of education, all right. And that's what makes me upset with my people today. All the singing, all the dancing, because we're spiritual people. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're very talented. But like I was telling my white homeboy, bro, we're smart, bro. We're smart. Same way we run, jump, dance, and it's so magical, bro. Our mental abilities, bro, it's on another level. I'm telling you, the African mind works different. It works different. It functions different. We're very mathematical, but just like the guy was saying about Terrence on the show, on Rogan, he was saying your brain is very good at making connections. A sound, you feel me? Light, a picture, a face. You know what I'm saying? That's real genius. It's like real intelligence when your genes is intelligent for you. But yeah, man being black or white is not the keys to the afterlife. No, I'm not saying that a man being black or white is the keys to the afterlife. I'm saying that matter and energy have a synchronicity. That's what I'm saying. That matter that we see is not just from thin air out of nowhere. It's the condensation of energy. They call it thermodynamic conversion. All right? So it's heat and light energy being converted into chemical energy. Thus, the process of nuclear fusion from the sun, where the chemical elements are created and formulated. When you look at the periodic table, a certain amount of atoms and atomic weight that makes each element. So the sun is forming these things, forming the liquids, the solids, the gases, the molecular bonds of different substances. That's all intelligence. That's all intelligence. And so, yeah, matter and energy are one, and they're separate, but they're the same thing. But I'm just saying they have a synchronicity. So behind every shape, behind every structure is a frequency of vibration. Like I said, everything moves, everything vibrates. All right? Nikola Tesla. You want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy and frequency and vibration. Because that's what's going on, family. So when you see somebody that has a certain physical appearance, that's an energy, that's a vibration. It's not just we're just randomly different skin colors. No, that's an energy, a vibration, a molecular, structure, a compound, biology, biochemistry. So anyway, I know people don't like to get into it because it can become a touchy subject. But like I said, I don't hate white people. Just don't hate me and don't hate my ancestors and don't hate on my culture. All right? And then we're good. We're good. You feel me? We're good. We're good. And so like I said, it's no shade. I just believe in the liberation of African people, and their oppression can only last but so long. It's like a volcano. You feel me? Like eventually that shit gonna bust through all of that resistance. Like it can only last a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, peace, love, and light to Florida Martin. Okay, from India to USA, Ashe, love and light, salute. Glad to have you in the building, family. It was just building. I talked earlier about my experience at the funeral, and I'm saying my dad and teaching. I kind of just went into some of the things that I teach about and that I talk about. And I believe that society is it's a lot of politics in the workplace, because you see managers and leaders do stuff they're not supposed to do. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? You said we're not supposed to do that, but you're doing it. And then you see in politics how you lies, saying they're going to help a certain demographic of people. We care about y'all. We're going to do, what I'm saying? We had to fight for civil rights. They didn't even consider us to have rights at a certain point in time. And so it's a lot of politics. Then at the church, how they took our names off the obituary just to make it come off a certain way. Everybody's filtering. The purity is not coming out. It's not flowing. And so we can't get no real truth. And so I'm one of the ones that don't ignore the truth. I just go into it deeper and deeper and deeper. Because that's not going to deter me from learning the truth because it made me feel some type of way. No, okay, that happened. I don't like it. But I'm going to keep going because I'm going to investigate and I'm going to find the truth. Ashe the Florida Martin, love and light, queen. Please like, comment, subscribe, and join the family. If you subscribe to intellectual content, spiritual content, you know what I'm saying? I guess a little political, then this is the place you want to be, family. I promise you. The topics we about to build about, the stuff that we talk about, it's about to be lit, man. But yeah. So sometimes we may talk about controversial topics, but you know what I'm saying? Like you free to comment, you free to, to chop it up with me, and we can express our differences. But soon, I want to do a video for y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all exactly when I'm gonna do it or how I'm gonna do it, but I want to do a questionnaire of different people who know their blood types and who donate to the blood bank. Now I'm gonna show you these different races of people, show you what they say their blood types are, and then I'm gonna go to the teachings of Willem Johansen. All right? That teaches the genotype, phenotype, transcription. All right? I'm going to go back to my man, what's his name? The one that came up with the blood study, Carl Landsteiner. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, we're going to do it. We're going to chop it up. We're going to make sense of it. But I challenge any educator, any scholar, anybody who consider themselves to be intelligent, to have a conversation about DNA, about blood types, and biological identity. And I believe the same way they hid our names in my father's obituary, it's the same way they tried to hide the African identity. They tried to hide the contributions of African people historically, all right? And they seen the evidence and they foreseen what people would think, and therefore they censored and they filtered. You feel me? And so you're not getting purity. You're not getting purity, family. So anyway, we even know with water, we got filtration systems. All right? And so anyway, it's sometimes it's good to filter, but sometimes it's not. But when it comes to truth doesn't really need a filtration. It's like rain coming from a cloud. It's directly from the source. And so, yeah, but love and light, brother Michael D, Black Power, Ashe salute. Who they just tuning in? What you, who is who, brother? Yeah, everything nice, man. Just understand that. Even I want to chop it up with the Hebrew Israelites about the chosen people. They going by this biblical text and saying, I feel that the science is suggesting that people of African descent having the solar gene and being able to have that environmental adaptation advantage of absorbing light, converting that light into chemical energy for nutrients, for food. You know what I'm saying? I believe all of that makes more sense of a chosen people because those people have a biological advantage. You know what I'm saying? So they would have some type of favor as far as like longevity in the earth. You feel me? Even though we went through some good and some bad, but the Hebrew Israelites don't have nothing to really back up them saying they the chosen people. They just going by the text. That's like a scientist coming up with a thesis and there's no testing, it's nothing. You got to test it. Michael D, truth needs no filters, like rain coming from a cloud. That's right. Put that on your shirt, bro. Word, bro. Yeah, that'll be hard. That'll be hard. Yeah, sometimes you make the best stuff just when you letting your mind flow. Cause, yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'm tapped in right now, brother, but I appreciate it, man. I don't think anyone's chosen to be honest. Anyone's chosen. Okay. I mean, bro, I guess when I look at it, like people having different abilities, having different talents, having different gifts, you know what I'm saying? Having different interests and stuff like that. You could be chosen to be a minister of music if you're really good at feeling the vibrations of the sounds and you can tap into the energy and you understand the music theory, you know what I'm saying? Then you could be chosen to play that music. You're naturally good at it. You develop a knack for it early. Like I got a cousin that was playing at 12 years old. I'm talking about playing like a grown man. Like he had that down, man. It was natural. So I would say that he was chosen to do that because it's a natural gift. If something is in you naturally and it's a gift that's by God or by the Creator, by the Most High, no one had to put it in you. It's just there, man. That's chosen, man. But I know it's different contexts. Florida Martin, English. Yeah, English. English, no Espanol. It's little Espanol. Secure, no spamming. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what they talking about. Yeah, only English. Yeah, I work with some Hispanic people, man. They cool for the most part. We laugh, you know what I'm saying, have a few jokes. We don't understand everything we be saying, but you know what I'm saying, we know tones and body language, how you move around, you know, certain things are universal. No matter what your language is, you know, the vibration is universal. But yeah, I'm from America, man. You can tell the way I'm speaking. You already know. From North Carolina, man, NC in the building, you know what I'm saying? Salute. Everybody from the South Side, man, you in the building. Yeah, but just thumbs up, family. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, and subscribe, family. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit up the Cash App and you can drop that joint for me, family. It's Omnis Natura 360 LLC. That's OMNIS NATURA 360 LLC. Omnis is Latin for all, and Natura is Latin for natural. 360 for constant motion. All right? So I highlight the things of creation, the aspects of creation, you know what I'm saying, that means so much more. That time, matter, space, all of those things have significant value. And my father, according to the Cometics, they believe that upon death that the soul will return to the sun. And in Latin, the word soul, which is the root word of soul, translates as sun, literally. All right? The soul or the soul means sun in Latin. The Egyptians believe, the Cometics, that upon death, that the soul, the light, the heat energy that is within, that animates the body, that gives the body life, would return to the source of where it is from. And we believe that according to the cosmology, all right, the formation of our solar system, that in the beginning, the Bible says in the beginning there was darkness, and God said, let there be light. I believe that scripture, even though I am not Christian, I understand that the Bible is ancient revised literature from pre-existing cultures, scripts, and texts. In the beginning there was darkness, and God said, let there be light. It's a literal explanation, an analogy of the creation process that they call nuclear fusion. In the beginning, you have the sun, the heat, energy that is converting itself into plasma, into gas, into liquid, into solid. All right? In the beginning, there was darkness, space. When you go outside tonight, I challenge you, family, since you're on the Nature Guide channel, to observe nature. Go outside and look up. Simply look up, which we don't acknowledge, we don't recognize. The moon cycle, the moon tells us where we are in our lunar calendar, how far along we are in time for the month. Every 30 days is a new cycle. But go up outside, look out and look into the vastness, the organic dark substance which dominates the night sky, which they would call dark matter. All right, there's a blackness. These are cosmic gases, etheric gases. All right, from these gases comes this electric and magnetic fusion that starts what they call nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is the origin and the formation of elements, all right, and compounds that makes every liquid, every solid, every gas. In the beginning, there was darkness, the galaxy, right? The galaxy. There were no stars. Even the Big Bang Theory, well, let's call it that. We explaining the Big Bang Theory. I don't think that the Western academia really sheds light on like how to really explain it. When I got into some little bit of studying about the subject matter, I believe I was able to make more sense. In the beginning, there was darkness, the Milky Way galaxy, without stars. When you go outside at night, you see the organic dark substance, and you'll see billions of stars all across the sky. But there was a time where none of those stars existed. Stars live and stars die, right? And stars live longer than humans. They live way longer than humans. Like the sun that's in the sky has seen many human beings come into this world and leave this world. We only live about 100 years, all right? 10 generations, that's 1,000 years. Human being live 100 years, 10 times, that's 1,000 years. The sun's still in the sky. No matter what you write, what you believe, none of that. Still there. No new human being coming to the world. The sun is there to witness you be birthed, and the sun is there to witness you leave this world. All right. So it is a being. It is a classification of being. It's like we have plants, microbials, We got animals and all. These celestial beings, they live much longer than a human being or any other type of life form. All right? In the beginning, there was darkness, love and light. Hasta Gafula. True peace, bro. I see you still on I hope everything has been good on your end, man. Blessings to you and yours. Yeah, appreciate it, brother. Love and light. You already know. Salute. You know what I'm saying? We in the house. We in the building, brother. I most definitely need it, man. I appreciate y'all energy. Just even caring to stop by, you know what I'm saying, and chop it up with me, you know what I'm saying? I really do. Blessings to Asta Gafarulu, Farala, if I pronounced it correctly. I'm normally good at pronunciation of African names, but that's the first time I ever heard that one. But yeah, love and light to you, brother. I shoot. But yeah, family, Ken. Oh, you talking about from Mango Creek? Is it the twin or the Ken from Mango Creek? Yeah, love and light to everybody though, man. Yeah, my pops just passed, family, so I'm on, you know what I'm saying, I'm on my teacher mode again. I can't let it go, fam. I can't stop. Oh yeah, my G, you already know, bro. Salute, my ninja. My ninja in the house, you already know, man. But yeah, bro, I still be on it, bro. I still like learning and teaching, bro. My pops just passed the other day, bro. And got there. I was just thinking, like, you know, the only thing I could think to do is reach for my kids, bro. Spend more time with them, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, just, I guess, make my father proud by keep teaching. Because he knew I was a teacher. Yeah, he knew I was a teacher, man. We had a lot of good conversations, man. But yeah, me and my man, we had a lot of good times back in the day too. That was my brother's best friend, man. Love and light, man. Yeah, support the channel. Omnis Natura 360. Nature, all natural. Nature all. 360 family. Somebody's Clara said, I'm sorry for your loss, Pookie. I don't think they calling me Pookie. I got a cousin named that, but it's just how they talk, their lingo. Well, thank you, love. I really appreciate you as well. Love and light to all my sisters, my queens. The divine feminine energy is most definitely appreciated. You know what I'm saying? I know in religion they try to say that women shouldn't be teachers, and you know, some of those teachers are not positive. Like I believe a woman can be a teacher, and you know, and can help to balance out things with her man too. Some of the stuff in the culture I don't be agreeing with, like, you know what I'm saying, like even with my peoples, I told them, you know what I'm saying, black love matters. You know what I'm saying? My cousin Belle and her baby daddy, well, that might be her husband, I'm not for sure, but either way, I ain't judging. I said black love matters. They been knowing each other for a long time, got kids, and salute to them, man. But anyway, yeah, it's just in the society, it's based on capitalism, making money, being selfish. It just ain't a lot of love like that. It's no unity. You know what I'm saying? Umoju is a word that's Swahili, and it means unity. And there's an African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. You know, this is a community reference of people who thinks togetherness, like not to yourself, by yourself, nobody else matters, fuck off everybody. They don't think like that. And so that's what I be saying about that cultural continuity. And how black people and white people, we come from different upbringings. We come from different teachings. But yeah, no shade to nobody else. Just don't throw no shade on me or my shit or my people, and we good. Yeah, family. It's being hot. Drop something. I'm turning the what's name back on. Yeah, I was burning some sage for my dad, man. Some sage. I still got some more left. I've been burning this and just trying to clear the atmosphere, get the energy right, and just thinking about my dad and different thoughts, man, about the past. You know what I'm saying? It was just us. I started working with my dad when I was 11, man. Like I said, doing roofing, like moving furniture, landscaping. Yeah, I was out there early doing that, man. I wasn't scared of nothing, scared to work, do none of that. You know what I'm saying? My dad was a manly man. He worked. He worked all the way to the end, too. He wasn't about to not have no money. But very spiritual, man. But I just hate how sometimes the world, the society, it's not about spiritual. It's not about enlightenment. It's not about nothing meaningful. It's vain people using people and taking advantage of people. That's what's going on. Vain people with no purpose, no meaning, destroying, toxic ideologies that's self-destructive. You know what I'm saying? Nothing good is coming out of that, man. You feel me? And so I know you got to survive. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? To take care of your family. But don't let time skip you by and all you did was work and be suppressed your whole life. Because the divine didn't make you for that, man. You got to find out your gifts. There go fan right there. Fan said, real man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Sweetie Pie passed. I'm sorry to hear that too, bro. Sweetie Pie, I remember her. She was so sweet, bro. To me, you know what I'm saying? Good energy, laughs, smiles, and it was good to be be around her energy too, bro. So yeah, sorry to hear that, bro. Love, you already know, bro. Word up. Remain positive, bro. Continue what you doing. And y'all kids are his legacy, man. I'll keep this joint. Appreciate it, bro. Already. Salute to my ninja, man. Word. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, the divine didn't make us for that vanity, man. I understand that there's a duality in the universe, you know what I'm saying? But hold on 1 second, hold on. Alright, family. Had to get my what's the name back lit up. You know what I'm saying? It's for Pops, the cleansing. So I shade, get the energy around the, you know what I'm saying, around the surroundings. The energy for Pops, you know what I'm saying? I shade, love and light. What's the duality about yin and yang, or positive and negative, good and evil, love and hate? Oh yeah, family. So yeah, it's something I was gonna talk about. It's something I was gonna talk about anyway. Let me say it right here. So with my pops, family, right? So with my pops, there was good and there was bad. I done already told y'all that I don't like to throw shade on my peoples, but I got my own story. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it was good and it was bad, and I know for sure that it was both. You feel me? But when the loss of my father occurred, I was just so deeply hurt. It didn't matter it didn't matter if he did bad or not. That's my father, man. I still love him. And I know I got this philosophy about what's right over who's right. So I try to come up with a filtration system so no one could try to be biased or, you know what I'm saying, where people could try to take advantage of the system. Because sometimes in politics, when you got a position, you at a job, you a manager, you got people breaking the rules. So what's right over who's right, no matter what your position is, no matter what you think is, no matter what you think about yourself, who you think you is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody is above truth. Nobody is above the reality, family. All right? Nobody's above that. And so, who's right is more important. But I was kind of questioning that the other day, man. Like, damn, that's pops, man. Like, how this one right here hurt, family. Like, and I done lost relatives, you know what I'm saying, recently. More other relatives, so it's just been crazy, man, lately. A lot of loss, yo. A lot of loss, but it's gonna be some gain. We got a lot of little ones. My pops had 13 grandchildren. That's another thing, family. My descendants on my pop's side, my grandmother and my grandfather, they had 21 children, and my pops was like the baby. Him and his, cause he got a twin brother. They was the baby out of 21 children. So my peoples, they had a farm back in the day, and they made bread off the farm, off the land, but the children was a part of the family business. And so they had a lot of kids. And my pops, he barely made it, but he made it. You know what I'm saying? It took him a long time out of 21 children. But anyway, we make a lot of kids. We got a big family, man. But my pops got 13 grandchildren. They didn't get to talk about that yesterday, but about that good and that evil. So in Kemet, we teach Ma'at, which is the goddess of balance, right? The goddess of righteousness, the goddess of order, the goddess of justice, the goddess of reciprocity, okay? And then you have the god of chaos, which is Set. This is the lower vibrational energy, all right? It's like hot and cold, It's a duality of the Ma'at energy, of the order, of the structure. We live in a time, astrologically, that was ruled by Set energy, chaos, mass genocide of African people, men, women, and children, taking their land, taking their livelihood, taking their fleshly experience from them, okay? People being able to be, whatever they want to be, making it up in their mind, have nothing to do with the universe or anything based on reality, just time of delusion. The A, B, C, D, E, F, G community, all of that. Make up anything, be anything. And so we lived in a time of chaos, and we're coming out of that time. There's a paradigm shift that was mentioned by the Mayans and by other indigenous civilizations. And as we come into the age of Aries, not the age of Aquarius, all right? As we come into the age of Aries, as we come into the age of Aries, I think my recording started over. I don't know why that happened. It's crazy. As we come into the age of Aries, there's going to be a lot of climatic changes. The heavens and the earth are interconnected. The earth is a byproduct after the aftermath of the heavens. Okay, and they are connected, but they are also separated, but they interact with each other. All right, and so as we come into this new astrological age, there'll be enlightenment, there'll be more knowledge. We got Terrence Howard coming up with revolutionary findings, and new ways of mathematics that's in alignment with the wave patterns of nature, showing you reality, the universe, and not giving the Western academia full control over our intellectual property as Africans. Okay? And so I'm grateful for that. I'm thankful for that. So much disease in the time that we live in, you know, all of these influences that are unnatural, have nothing to do with God. Just people doing anything, making up anything. Got our children believing in Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, and all of that before they even get to learn the universe. You know what I'm saying? All this make up, imaginary belief. You know what I'm saying? That's not education. Jesus is not as real to me as the ancient people who had the sun god. The sun god brings life. Whenever the sun is out, people want to go outside. People want to have a good time. People want to sunbathe. People, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It gives you energy. It makes the plants grow. The plants, in return from the photosynthesis process, gives us oxygen to breathe so we can live. So to have a spiritual system that's based on the realities of the universe and how things affect you, the things that are around you, how is that not making sense? Like Terrence said, what about the wave patterns in nature, light and sound waves? How do you have a mathematics system that's not based on the fundamental principles of creation in the universe? I agree with Terrence. And he's probably the only way that we'll ever get to Mars. But people got to be humble. But when you got people in the church that want to change the name off the obituary to give their own narrative, like the European did when he took away the Apocrypha, right? When he took away the Popol Vuh, took away the Egyptian Book of the Dead, all of those are very unpopular religions. There's people that know about it, but the most popular religions are the religions that started 2,000 years. Christianity, Islam, Judaism. All of them deal with the Abrahamic faith and the times of Christ. But before that, all of the other spiritual systems all around the world, they deal with astrology. They deal with numerology. They deal with a polytheistic systems of many different gods. I got four different brothers and sisters. It's me. You know what I'm saying? The Libra God, the Libra Scorpio God. Then you got my brother up under me, the Gemini Taurus God. You feel me? Then you got my little sister, she the Sage Cap. And then my other brother, he Aquarius Pisces. So we are different entities. When you interact with us, you're not even going to get the same result every time because we all think differently. We all feel differently. So to get a blessing from a God, it's like my pop said when he was sitting here, son, when you were trying to get something, you trying to obtain something, sometimes you got to sacrifice something. That's one of the last things that he said to me. To get something, you got to give adoration. You got to give offering. They even did that with Abraham in the Bible, how they tried to, you know, he had to give offering to God, try to make it seem like he was going to kill his son, but he didn't end up doing that. But that was showing offering to the God that I want something from you. And that God had to be a demonic God because the God that you're dealing with is going to be based on whatever act you're doing. If you're doing a negative demonic act, then you will receive whatever blessing from a demonic negative spirit, a demonic God. But if you're doing an act that's based on righteousness, then you would be dealing with a more righteous God that would demand something more righteous. Because that negative act would not appease a righteous God. And so anyway, to get something, it is true. Just like we're working out, reading, you know, to expand your mind. And, you know, you got to sacrifice something. It's true. You can't just get a blessing because you got down on your knees and prayed. What you going to sacrifice? 50-50. So the universe told me that. It's been many times in my life the stuff was going on. And I was thinking, like, what could I do about this situation? And then I made an action. And when I made that action that was going in that direction, the universe met me halfway and we did the 50-50. You know what I'm saying? I was like, look how that just happened like that. I thought about it. I commenced the action that lead into that direction. And as soon as I did that, everything else came into alignment. And so the universe is about energy. Everything is energy. The universe is about energy, family. Every liquid, every solid, every gas, every human being, every plant life, every animal, every celestial entity is all energy. And so if we could just get on the right track of this universal way of thinking, making sure all our thoughts is based on, the collective, not just creating an alternative, reality that just fits or suits a small group. You know what I'm saying? Because we all need oxygen to breathe. We all need sunlight to live, no matter what your religion. And so I guess I'll go ahead and start wrapping it up with that, family. All right. Hopefully there's been something that has been said. Make sure y'all hit the cash out. Omnis Natura 360 LLC. If you wanted to show support and have more content. All right. Can you see some small religions? Oh yeah, the small religion. Oh yeah. Taoism, Buddhism, they all believe in reincarnation. Taoism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Kemeticism. All right, there's different religions all around the world. The same way like language. Language is so diverse. There's been so many people that's lived over time. We create newness. We create new ways of doing things. But I'm just saying, when you're dealing with those scripts in the Bible, the oldest scripts can be traced back to Africa, family. Oldest scripts in the world. And so you can't escape it. The Bible is not an original. So, like I said, with the Apocrypha, with them taking out the Popol Vuh, you feel me? That's affecting human education, human intelligence, and and the potential for growth and development. And sometimes when people suppress you down, it's like they doing that because it's something about you that make them feel like they don't even want to compete with you. Like they fear competing with you. You know what I'm saying? It's something about you. It's something about you. You feel me? Because they wouldn't even be doing all that. You don't just suppress nobody. Just do what you do. Like y'all competing, you do your thing. They do their thing, you know what I'm saying? And it turned out how it turned out. But yeah, there's a such thing, that exists in the world. But anyway, we already know what it is. The truth is the light. Brother Omnis, we in the building. Salute. Omnis Natura 360 LLC. Make sure y'all show y'all support. Make sure to like. Make sure to share. Make sure to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Until the next time. Get at y'all. Love and light. I shade to the goddess, Cousin Sierra in the building. I see you, love. Kisses. Bless. We out. All right.